Sorry about that, guys. I got interrupted. I had to take a call from my girl. She was at work. Um, like I was saying, these protests are of no redeeming value. These protests are a lot of misplaced energies and a lot of unguided intentions. The same people that are out there protesting really should be contacting their legislators, and their representatives in the state capitol, and their representatives in Congress, and pushing for changes, folks. I mean, people just don't get it. You'll draw up 5, 10,000 people in each little New Jersey town for one of these protests, and yet November will come along and it'll be time to vote, and you'll be lucky to get 5% of registered voters out there to vote. What does that tell you, folks? Okay, it tells you that the majority of our peers, the majority of people that live in the state of New Jersey, aren't playing with a full deck. Okay, these people could obviously, without exerting themselves, without skipping a beat, could go out and vote. They could lobby and petition their lawmakers for substantive changes, but they're choosing not to do that. They're choosing to walk up and down the street, chanting the little incantations of Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. I mean, this is idiotic, okay? What it's doing is it's setting the stage uh, for a government that has already encroached upon most of our fundamental civil rights and liberties through this con virus or coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, to keep furthering their agenda and keep watering down the Bill of Rights. It goes to show that we lack an informed citizenry. It goes to show that most of the people amongst us are incapable of intelligently making a difference or banding together to make a difference. I mean, I thought one of the most clever yet foolish, and I know it's going to sound antithetical, things was that retired cop in Hazlitt who was out there on his porch. I mean, it was clever how he just baited people into going over there and starting shit with him. But it was also foolish because I wouldn't have done that in a place where I have to live. I would. There's no way in hell I would have done that in a place I have to live. Now, I have different opinions about the way that things are going. I think that we're reaching a point where a lot of municipalities are talking about defunding and disbanding their police departments, and that's scary. That's scary because what will happen is the rule of law won't have any muscle behind it. But at the same time, I also think on the flip side of the coin, the flip side. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I think on the flip side of the coin, that most people aren't in tune with how powerful the law enforcement lobby, their union, has become in Trenton. This is why we are where we're at, folks, where there is no happy medium ground, when we cannot have a citizenry who is equipped to make a difference. Because people don't see the problems for what they are, okay? People want to reinvent the problem or re-articulate the problem so that it really isn't close to being the problem that in reality it is. And it's very bothersome to see that, especially amongst my generation, people that really don't get it. I do think that these protests too, that they're serving a second purpose because society at large is starting to realize how easily controlled these protests are. Like I saw the one in Hazlitt the other day, and it was over before it began. You know, I mean, it was very controlled, it was very structured, which is fine, but it was also in an area where they were off of the major highway by about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile. it really didn't draw the type of attention that you would think that it did. There were no really pamphlets or leaflets. There was no, there was really nobody of importance there. I forget which one the governor attended. He attended one of them. I think it was up in Hillside, if I recall correctly. But that's the problem, folks. I'm gonna get going. I want to go to the Red Bank one, but I was like, didn't have the energy today.